Welcome back to the Aces RG Dream League. We're here live from the Monster Energy DreamHack Studios, and we just had our first tie.
First of the tournament. Oh my god.
Yes.
Exciting.
It actually is very exciting because like
There's good games.
Yeah, that was a really good game actually. There was so many times in that game where I thought, okay, this can turn around, like please don't feed them. And then the Spectre killed the Axe at the secret shop and I was like,
You got like 2k gold or something?
he had 3.5k gold when he died, and I was like, oh god, like this is going to be one of them games. But
Yeah.
It almost turned into one of them games, but then Spectre could not really deliver. So I'm just really curious. I mean, you're a Spectre. You're in a game where already from the start, I mean, Aces was already doing really well. There was G coming out of the jungle with a blink dagger at I believe like 11 minutes or so, just getting 2 dunks in a row, getting kills left and right. You're a Spectre. Pressure is on you. You're the one to bring the late game.
yeah, there was so many
What do
times
you
in the game where we were just like, all of Hellraisers were dead, and Spectre's just like, Weapons would go over to Spectre, and he's just there like with the Mask of Madness on, clicking the creeps, like I can do it, I can get back into the game for my team.
Mask of Madness on though. I mean, is that the game? Is that the item to go for in this game?
I mean, I kind of think that I see his point of view.
Yeah.
He just want to increase his farm, and it kind of worked. It almost turned the game around. But on the other hand, had he had the Radiance earlier, they could have won some very, very big fights, and they might have turned the game around that way. So I'm not sure. It might have been a good choice, but the Radiance first might also have been a viable option.
That dual lane mid from Aces, like with FNG.
They should not have laid that
and
way.
Illidan.
They should have predicted that too.
Oh my god.
That was pretty obvious.
Like, and the weird thing was, they kept on like bringing the kills to Illidan as well.
Yeah.
Like he didn't leave the lane. He just kind of maybe went to a rune every now and then, and all of a sudden he was like 4-0 at 5 minutes into the game.
They
Like,
should have dual laned off lane instead, and just sent the clock to the middle lane.
yeah, that was kind of the reason G was able to farm so long in the jungle as well. He was like, okay, I'll just get a Vanguard, then maybe go for a Blink Dagger after it. Like,
I mean, he was doing fine.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't need to do anything. Like.
Yeah, he was not needed in the game. It's like the extra player. I mean, that's something to look forward to see Hellraisers switch up their lanes a bit, perhaps, for the next series. But before we actually look at that, I believe we have something to show you on the drawing board.
To this drawing board segment where I pretend I know what I'm doing and I get to draw loads of cool things on this board. And at this point in the game, we're about 25 minutes in, and Spectre still hasn't finished the Radiance. This is like, we see the effect of it in this team fight. Let's have a look in here now.
Wait, he still hasn't finished now with 8k net worth?
No. Let's have a look. He went for the Aquila. Okay, pause. Pause for a second, right? So obviously Aces are doing the Roshan. And if you look at the mini-map here, you can actually see Hellraisers are actually in a good position, except for Spectre. But he doesn't really need to be. Pause there real quick. So they initiate the fight. They're like, okay.
Pause,
please, Scriff.
Oh, that call.
Yeah, beautiful call there. G with his like sick amount of farm, has his BKB on. He's ready to fight. Doesn't even care about any of their like. He makes this space. He makes this like little zone where you just can't pass. And continue. And as far as I remember, yeah. So the stand-in PSR just charges through. He's like, all right, boys, I'm going straight on this Lich, trying to stop the mech, try and stop the ultimate as well.
Chain Blast. What's it called?
Chain Frost.
Chain Frost.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's like, I'm not too sure about that. Like, do you initiate on the Lich in this scenario?
I mean, if they don't kill him before he gets his ult off, it might be really bad for them, and I believe that is what is going to happen as well.
Yeah, but look at Arts here. Like, he doesn't really. What can he do? He can run up to someone and Mask of Madness them. Like,
yeah, but who else can he kill though? I guess he can kill the Lion.
Yeah,
but the Axe is doing a really good job at already going for the Skyrat, so he's not going to get anything off. Plus he has a BKB, so they can't do anything to that Axe.
Let's continue. So they do.
They do get the Lich.
Oh, he sticks and then he mechs, and then all of a sudden it's like
he does get
pause. It's like, okay, boys, Delta split, and they kind of this disrupts the fight, and it buys so much time for Illidan and G and Lil just to kind of focus down on Arts as well.
Yeah, he's not going to get help anytime soon.
Exactly. Like, look at these guys are not helping him.
No.
Let's continue. All right, Arts does a nice little play where he uses the spectral dagger to get down the ledge.
Oh, I love this, by the way.
Pause.
Oh, there's FNG trying to teleport out.
Oh.
And there's G. He's going to be so well timing with that call. He's almost, I mean, yeah.
Because you know this next hit is going to be a bash. You just know.
See, you can guarantee that's going to happen. So the call comes out, FNG gets home safe. And I believe they might even get the kill on this guy.
Imagine they had
well.
Radiance in this case, right? Let's pause it real quick here. Like, look at the HP of all their heroes.
Yeah.
Like, if they had Radiance, like, this is a really long, drawn-out team fight, you know what I mean? And that's where Spectre excels.
Yeah.
You know, they would all be, like, Illidan might be nearly dead. Lil definitely would be nearly dead.
The biggest thing about that, though, is that the Lich wouldn't have gotten his ultimate and neck off, and it would have been a completely different fight.
Exactly, yeah. Let's finish the clip.
One dunk.
Yeah, two dunks.
dunks.
And then, no, this guy, goddamn, I feel so sorry for him. Like, he did not have the greatest lane in the world. And
No.
he usually plays support for them as well. He
Yes.
was playing line in the previous game.
Yeah. They missed their like legendary, or rather, you know, legendary. We're gonna call it legendary Evo Ninja quad player.
Yeah, like, his farm had 25 minutes.
He didn't do bad. He just
No.
had a really tough lane.
Exactly, yeah. It wasn't on him. It was just the way they
He
could
probably
come up.
changed it up and just sent into the offlane and sent Clock to the mid.
Yeah, send
and
Clock
then they
in
could
and
have put some
sacrifice.
pressure with the Spirit Breaker and the Skywrath to the offlane as well, so Axe wouldn't have had such an early dagger.
Like, holy crap.
Nobody dies.
And then, look, if we actually look at the minimap, he's like, guys, Spectre's like, please, just give me 10 more minutes.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just very sad. I think like this was the fight where Spectre should already have a Radiance, and
But
this was the fight where they could turn it around because they already weren't winning the game before that.
the fact that they didn't give up, though, is testament to the team.
Yes.
Like, realistically, like they had like 2 or 3 team fights like that where they were like,
They almost turned his game around.
Yeah,
So it was
it was-
really impressive to watch.
yeah, it really was.
It really was indeed, and of course we're going to soon have our next game. Anything actually before we go in, because it might have already started. But before our next game, what's your expectations? I mean, if you were allowed to change your bets right now, I mean, we've seen Hellraisers. Everybody went for Aces Polar to win, by the way. But Hellraisers played really well in both their games.
Yeah, it seemed like in the second game they just kind of got surprised by the lanes, and all of it, and they didn't adapt to it quick enough. Like, if they had just like said, okay, let's think about this for a second and just split it up, maybe they could have changed it up. But
This game could go very late. It really could. I
Both teams now
I
got 60
expect some
something.
aggressive stuff, but I still think there's a game 3. There's the next game on the round and on the line. So they might just want to be a bit more passive. They might just want to take it easy and might just want to take it late. Especially Aces Polar as well. They might just want to drag this game out for as long as they possibly can.
Yeah, with that high win rate. We're going to find out, though, because we're going to go into our third game of the semifinals of quarterfinal number 1 for the Aces RG Dream League. Let's hand it over to our casters.